Alright, boys and girls, welcome to 5-minute lessons. And we're going to get going and try to keep this as quick as we can get it, but meaningful. Okay, so reference angles. A reference angle, it's an angle formed by a terminal side or a radius and the x-axis. Okay, so if I've got some axes and I got an angle and it goes over here, and there's my terminal side. This right here is my reference angle. Okay, always between the terminal side, the radius that's rotating around the origin, and the horizontal axis, no matter where it is. So if the reference angle is in the fourth quadrant, if our terminal side is there, then our reference angle is there. Okay, that's important. Alright, the unit circle. The unit circle is a circle whose radius is 1. Okay? Now there are other points obviously on this circle, and those other points that are going to be important are the points that occur at 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. Okay? Notice that one's at 90, and then the next one that matters is at 120 degrees, and then 135 degrees. And then 150 degrees, and it's all of the combinations of 30 and 45 degrees. Okay, that's the unit circle. On the unit circle, the cosine of the angle is the x-coordinate. The sine of the angle is the y-coordinate, and the tangent of the angle is the y-coordinate over the x-coordinate. So, for example, if you wanted to know the sine of 90, all you'd have to do is look at this, and it's 1. The cosine of 270, look at this, it's 0. So that's how you use the unit circle. I have copies of the unit circle that I would love to share with you. If you go on to BC Calculus, you'll have to memorize the unit circle, but you don't need to memorize the unit circle as long as you know your special right triangles. Your special right triangles are 30, 60, 90. And for that, remember that the short side is 1, the hypotenuse is 2, and the long leg is radical 3. Remember that the hypotenuse is bigger than the long leg, and 2 is bigger than radical 3. Oftentimes people switch that 2 and radical 3, but it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And a 45, 45, 90 triangle, you only have 2 sides to remember, and it's as easy as 1, 2. So that is the ratios of every special right triangle. You should know those. You should have learned those in geometry, and this is why we made you learn them, okay? All right. Did you know there are actually 6 trig functions? So you probably know that the sine of an angle is opposite over hypotenuse, and the cosine of an angle is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the tangent of an angle is opposite over adjacent. But there are also 3 other trig functions, and I don't think they're that useful, but you will need to know these. Cosecant of theta is the opposite of sine, which people have been getting that mixed up for hundreds of years. I shouldn't say opposite, it's the reciprocal, okay? The reciprocal of cosine is secant. Now think that through. It seems like secant would match up with sine and cosecant would match up with cosine, but unfortunately for you and me, that's not the case, okay? And finally, cotangent, that one does make sense. It's adjacent over opposite. I did it in under 5 minutes. This is the most important thing from section 1, 2. Oh, shoot, all students take calculus. This tells you where the functions are positive. All of the functions are positive there. The sine function is positive there. The tangent function is positive there. And the cosine function is positive there. Consider that a teaser because I'm out of time. Boom!